Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good Monday. Everybody ready for Christmas? Love this time of year. Wonderful time of the year. No, it's not for everybody, but can fully understand that. So out here at base camp again. Hey Ken, how you doing tonight? Woodsman, yo ho ho. Getting close. Getting close. 3 more days. Merry Christmas, Sam. Appreciate you coming in. Merry Christmas, Kevin. That's right. Got any big plans for the holidays, guys? How about you, Sam, Woodsman, Ken? You guys going traveling this year? Staying home? We're staying here. I'm going to my mother-in-law's for Christmas Day. She just lives 5 miles away, so we're staying home. My son, and hopefully, good news. Hopefully, my daughter came down on Saturday, and we got to have a barbecue with her and her boyfriend. Of course, my granddaughter didn't get to come down with her. She's not quite released yet, but she's not 100% positive that she gets to come home. But hopefully, they'll surprise her and let her come home for Christmas. So we're hoping she'll be there for Christmas Eve. And it'd be awesome for Christmas Day, but I would be happy with Christmas Eve. So we're looking forward to that. No travel for us. All the family is close. That's good, Woodman. I'll be fixing the heat in the Suburban over the break. Ooh, not good, not good. You have to replace the, um, what's it called? My mind's blank. Heater core. Well, I had to do a number of those mainly when I was younger. My older vehicles. I had one time I was heading to work. It was a cold, snowy winter day. And I was going up a hill and my heater core blew up and it shot antifreeze up through the defrosters. Of course, it shot antifreeze all over my windshield and the inside and all over me and all over inside the truck. It was a mess. Cold day. Needless to say, I turned around and went back home, but yeah, that was a mess. Merry Christmas to everyone. Yes, Merry Christmas to everyone. I wish everybody a very blessed day. Hope everybody has a safe one. Merry Christmas, Herbert. Welcome in. So glad to hang out with you guys. I debated on whether to do the live tonight, but I said, you know what, I want to hang out with my family here on YouTube and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And rebuilding the whole HVAC system, food, the heater core. Wow, that's a big deal. Hopefully you got some help, Ken. Yeah, that's not an easy task. But I am camping tonight. Got some wood, and of course it's going to be real warm tonight. So I just got the fire for the live pretty much, and my enjoyment. I'm going real easy tonight as far as food. Um, I didn't get a lot of chance to set up, so I've been setting up camp in the dark, and I've got a couple dehydrated meals, so that'll be good. I've got the brand new Mountain House, one of the new flavors. You can't see that. I gotta turn my light on for you to see that. Let me see if I can get that bright enough for you. Yeah, it's the chicken fajita bowl Mountain House. Sam the Northwest Wind, I believe, if you're still in here, Sam has tried that one, and he said it was good. So I'm looking forward to that. I pretty much like all Mountain House meals, so I don't think I won't like it. And of course, for breakfast, when we all went to Randy, myself and Matt, two guys in the Ozarks, went to the Midwest Bushcraft Camp last year. My Honey's Kitchen was selling Dehydrated Mills, local company here in Missouri, biscuits and gravy for breakfast in the morning. So I'll be set. Of course, I don't drink, but very often, mainly on our anniversary. But my step two tonight is a Mandarin Orange Clear American sparkling soda. So pretty easy. Pretty easy. I can show you my setup tonight. Got the Onewind setup, of course. Got my Onewind under quilt, top quilt, no pillow. Got my side table, my Alps mountaineering table with my little fire maple lantern. So I'll be cozy tonight. It's only going to get down to 50 something. I don't remember what. Not going to get down very cold. I really don't. It's kind of on the verge of even needing an underquilt, but I like having it. It's going to be just chilly, and there's a breeze. There's a strong enough wind that I'll probably need it because of the wind. Mrs. 210 wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. Hey, Vanessa, Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're doing well. Woodall Trails, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Doing well here. It's at base camp tonight. Doing a camp out tonight. Gonna have a dehydrated Mountain House meal tonight. Chicken fajita bowl. Clear Mandarin Orange sparkling soda. Maybe a coffee before bed. I love their buddy table. Yeah, that is it. Is that the one that sticks in the ground with the poles that screw together? The was that the dragonfly table, or is that what they call it? Can't remember. I know Tony Random Adventures has that table. Happy Little Camper in the UK has that table. There's a few YouTubers I know that has that table. Pretty nice. Yeah, I'd like to have that fire maple table myself. I did make one out of a license plate. I don't remember the gentleman's name on YouTube. I always forget it. But I got the idea from him. He made one, and so I thought that was a great idea. I like repurposing things like Minnesota Mike. So yeah, probably won't end up spending the $40 for that table. $30. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's on sale right now. Hey, Mainly, how are you? Appreciate you coming in. Sorry I didn't get the dandelion. Okay, I knew it was something like that. Yeah, Mainly, I didn't get this. Watched your live, a lot of your live, but I was taking care of Will today, so I couldn't chat with you too much. But looked like you did pretty good on your live. Merry Christmas, my friend. And Merry Christmas, Woodall Trails, too, if I didn't say so. You can get here sitting in the garage watching you on the phone and Jason Wish on the tablet. Awesome. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you coming in and giving me the support and hanging out with us tonight. Sorry I was carrying groceries inside. Merry Christmas to everyone. No, I will be removing the dash and rebuilding and putting it back in alone. Well, that's a big job, but I wish you best of luck, Ken. Take care of that little man. Yeah, I sure am. He's such a little joy. He's growing up so fast. He's 3 months now and just growing and trying to scoot on the ground already and just rolling from his stomach to his back to his stomach. And he's growing up too quick. Yeah. I had to get out tonight. I really wanted to get out and camp tonight. It's going to be a real nice, mild evening tonight, so I really don't need the fire just for ambience. I got a base camp next weekend in Dolly Sods. Awesome. Hope you have a good time. Yeah, you got to do it, man. Yep, Ken. You want heat for sure. Got to do it. Hey, Rose, appreciate you. Sticking the arrow in so everybody don't forget. Yeah, when I see the coal pop up there, I'm from now on looking at the whole name for sure. It's really hard on the phone out here in the dark, but turn the brightness up so I could see it. Thank you for stopping in, Rose. Merry Christmas. This time of year to base camp, absolutely. Yes, it is a very nice time of the year. We got a warm spell came in here. Of course, it's going to be forecasted to be 73 degrees Fahrenheit on Christmas Day here. It's hard to believe. Last year it was fairly mild, but it was a little cooler than that. Can't complain though. I'll take it. Just doesn't feel like Christmas when it's that warm, you know. But better than getting a bunch of ice or. I like the snow, but the ice is definitely a no. I do not want the ice. Came out here tonight. The big, we have 2 huge oak trees. They dropped a good sized limb, so I had some real nice limbs I can break up for burning the fire tonight and get rid of it. Big fires and full bellies. Man, can't go wrong with that at all. That is some good stuff. And I'll be dropping a small package in the mail next weekend for you. Appreciate that, Ken. Really do. I wish I had the money and the funds to buy everybody a Christmas present, you know, and send out. And everything's so expensive, can't even hardly afford it for ourselves, which my wife and I aren't exchanging any gifts. We usually don't. Gotta focus on little Will and grandbaby and kids, our niece. Just a few this year. You're sending him donuts. That right there, my friend, is a great gift. Great gift idea. I would never turn down donuts, nor would I turn down a good fruit cake. I love me a fruit cake. And it's good because a lot of people don't like fruit cake. So when I was growing up, of course, you'd always get fruit cakes from random people, and none of my family, except me, my grandmother did, but in our house, I was the only one that liked it. So that was so awesome. Kind of like black licorice. I like that. Nobody in my family liked that growing up either. So it was awesome. I got all that. Got all the fruit cake to myself. It was awesome. I bought him donuts. I'd eat them before I got to the post office. My fat butt has no self control when it comes to donuts. Kid, that's about me, like me too, man. I'd say I'm only going to eat two and end up eating three or four. Christmas is for the kids, absolutely. Woodall Trails, you got that right. But I do like homemade gifts and stuff. Like when you're given, I mean, we did send out cards, Christmas cards, and my wife is pretty crafty, a lot more so than I am, and she made some really cute little inserts from Will to put in the Christmas cards this year, and pictures of Will for Christmas. So we did send out cards and some pictures and stuff of Will. So I guess we did send out some things, but yeah, I agree. Christmas is definitely geared towards kids. Uh, just get me a cheesecake. Oh, buddy, that's my wife's favorite. Cheesecake is definitely her favorite. Now I do right up there with donuts is ice cream. My wife and I are suckers for ice cream, donuts. My wife, like I always say, my wife always says I like sugar, which I do. I love sweets, pies, cakes, cookies, ice cream, fudge, sugar cookies. Oh man, my mother-in-law makes some killer sugar cookies. It's gonna be loud, I think. I'm gonna try to. Oh man, that's hard. This one's a little long. I'll just burn it in half. Oh, buddy. Let me bring my dang saw out here. I got my fold up one. I guess I could get out of my bag. Christmas cards are awesome. Yeah, I love them. My wife and I decided to start sending them out again. I'm glad we did. Everybody's enjoyed them. Oh man, black licorice. Ooh. Make a whole bottle of Sambaca in the Philippines and can't even look at black licorice, let alone smell it or eat it. Absolutely love it. Me and my mother-in-law absolutely love it. She's the first person I think I've ever met that likes black licorice like I do. So pretty cool to share that. Yeah, when I was a drinking man and back in my 20s, I did like me some Jaeger really well. I did like it. Tastes a lot like black licorice. Nope, nobody hardly sends out Christmas cards anymore. Nope. They don't want to buy them, and then they don't want to spend the money on stamps to send them out. I'm talking your language, huh? Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate that, Ken, for reminding everybody. I could sure use it. That'll be a good holiday gift, Christmas gift for me. Give me a good like and comment after the live if you would, even if it's a thumbs up on the comment after the live's over. It helps. Yep. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I appreciate you coming in. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, Woodall Trails. Yeah, definitely check out each other's channels for sure. Let me make Woodall Trails a. Well, actually, I can't. I don't have. I'm not in YouTube. I was going to make you a moderator Woodall Trails, but I can't do it because I don't have my tablet or another phone to get on YouTube to make you moderator. But yeah, check out each other's channels if you would. I'd appreciate that too. Everybody else would. Kind of what this community is about is supporting each other. Appreciate that, Ken. Hey, Josh. Appreciate you coming in. Tell your lovely wife and your mom hi and Merry Christmas to you guys again. Nope, to the black licorice. Yep, my mother-in-law, like I said, she's about the only one I've ever met that likes it as much as I do, probably even more. So I love it, especially in the jelly beans. Man, they get a whole half a bag. They put a lot of them in the bag of jelly beans. I loved it because my brother hated it, so I let them eat all the other ones because I knew I'd get all the black licorice. So I like all of them, but especially with the black licorice. Hello, Melody and Darcy. Appreciate you guys all being here. Camping out tonight. Going to be a low of, let me see here, low of, oh, they changed it. Saying 49 now, so just under 50 degrees. So that's pretty mild. It'll be nice. It'll be nice and warm. Yeah, Josh is my buddy. He's we've worked together at several different places, 3 to be exact, I guess. Really good guy. Well, good buddy. Thanks, Ken. I do a little bit of everything and love gear. Yeah, gear's a good thing. Bearded Bodger, how are you? From the UK. Appreciate you coming in. Camping out tonight. This is kind of my Christmas live, I guess you could call it. I don't have a bunch of Christmas lights and stuff all out here. I do have my twinkle lights set up on my camping gear. I guess I could give a little tour of my camping setup for tonight. Just got my Onewind set up. I showed everybody else earlier, but I got my Onewind set up for tonight. Focus. All right. Not focusing, is it? All right. Got my Onewind 12-foot Aries hammock. Got my this is the 20-degree underquilt, Onewind underquilt. I've got the top quilt, poncho top quilt combo, fire maple lantern. That's my setup for tonight. It's not focusing very good, is it? Pretty dark. I need to turn my other light on to double see better probably. Let me see if I can do that. It's going to be a nice night. Let's see if that works any better. Getting kind of a little bit better. Probably fogging up a little bit from the heat from the fire, I'm guessing. But yeah, I'm just going to do a little hammock camp out tonight. Got a couple dehydrated meals. I got one of Mountain House's new chicken fajita bowl. Everybody I know that I've seen on YouTube try it said they like it, so I'm sure I like it. I haven't tried one that I don't like. My all-time favorite still is the chicken and dumplings. I'm in Missouri, USA, bearded. middle of the country. So it's currently 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty mild night tonight. It's only going to get down to about 49. Since it's already 50 degrees, I would say it's going to probably get to the mid 40s tonight Fahrenheit. So, because it's already 50. So, watching Yates Place video at Ken. Sweet. Yep. Do several hangs a year, heading to HangCon in a few weeks. Yeah, I wish I could go to HangCon this year. I thought about it, but it just couldn't make it happen this year. Maybe next year. Yeah, I'd love to go to HangCon, hang out. There's a lot of good people, good vendors, good time. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go one of these years. You just got a chicken and dumplings for Christmas. Yeah, that's my favorite, all-time favorite. I like the yellow curry and rice. That was really good too. That's really on my top 5 for sure. I do like the cheesy pepperoni pizza bowl, the new one too. That was a really good one. I did enjoy it. Not too far from South Central Kentucky here. Awesome. All the hangs are. Yeah, if it wasn't too darn far to go to the East Coast to all those events, I'd go, but it's a minimum of 16. Well, for me to HangCon is another 17 hours. Same as it was to go to Tony's event last year, 16 and a half, 17 hours. It's a long trek. Everybody always asks why we don't go. It's like just the gas alone is over $300 round trip. So, which the gas is a little bit cheaper right now, but who knows at the first of the year. You won't before 2027 before I can make it. Yeah, that's probably me too. HangCon's 13 hours for you. Yeah, that's a long trek. It doesn't cost a lot to go to HangCon, but it kind of would for me because I mean, you go to HangCon, you're gonna end up seeing something you want to buy too. That's the bad thing. I mean, it's good for the vendors, but bad for your pocketbook. Of course, driving down there, I would just sleep and I would just overland in my vehicle. It wouldn't really cost me gas and food. Is really, I mean, what it cost me, but still, it's pretty good money. And I don't have time. And then, of course, I don't know Woodall Trails. If you know, my wife and I have a little boy back in September. He's 3 months old, Will. So yeah, kind of hard to get time off if I do something like that. My wife's got to take some time off work too. So, or grandma's got to watch. So going to one of those events is almost a week ordeal because I take 2 days on the road. I'll usually stop like halfway, make 2 days down, 2 days back. So minimum of 4 days. But the event's Thursday through Sunday. So you're talking 4 or 5. If you stay for the whole event, you're talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4. And then 2 days on the road, 2 days back. So another 8 days. So over a week, I'd have to take off. Thank you, Woodall Trails. Appreciate that. Yeah, he's a true blessing. He's such a good little boy. Ain't complaining whatsoever. It's as much as I love camping and doing all the fun outdoor activities, it's even better being with our little bundle of joy. He's amazing. He's gonna love the outdoors. I took him out. It was so nice today. We went out and took the SD card out of the trail camera and looked at all the deer together on. He loved it. We sat at the kitchen table at the laptop looking at all the deer pictures and got some really good pictures of the coyotes and a few other questionable things that I could talk about on a live someday. Camping is bad for your pocketbook if you're an avid camper. You got that right, Herbert. And you got a wish list as long as the Sears catalog too. But yeah, there's always new gear coming out. I'm pretty comfortable, or pretty not comfortable, but pretty humble with what gear I do have. But as well as I do, there's new stuff that comes out. There's still some old vintage stuff that you'd like to have, but I have everything I need. But yeah, there's quite a few things that you can add to your collection. I understand that. I got 2 girls myself, 1 6-year-old and 1 12-year-old. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I've got 4 older children, grown children. I say children. They're adults. My youngest obviously is Will now, but my youngest of my oldest, I guess if you want to put it that way, she turned 20 this year, and my oldest son is 32. I've got a 32-year-old, my oldest son. My oldest daughter, she is 29. And then my youngest son, 22. And then my youngest daughter's 20. But I want everything. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. You'll see, and then you'll be watching YouTube, other YouTubers, and you don't think you really want anything else, or you think there's an item that comes out that you're not really interested in until you start watching people camp with it, and you're like, well, that looks pretty awesome. I wouldn't mind trying that. Like, I want to get a rooftop tent for my truck, make an overlanding setup out of my truck. I'll be doing that in the future. Getting some tires, wheels and tires for it, and bed rack and a rooftop tent. Get the bed set up so I can have it all set up ready to go to do overlanding. Sure could have used that setup when my wife and I went to Arkansas over the past summer to do a camp out. We went up on top of this mountain. It was so awesome. We were so secluded. So nice. Yeah, and I know if I go to HangCon, I would like to have an hammock. I really would like to have one of those. I'd like to have a lot of things, but I'm kind of conservative. Not that I don't like quality gear. I like supporting local if I can, or the U.S., but I don't mind. I'm not gonna spend $400 on a hammock or an underquilt. I just won't. Even if I have the money, I won't do it. Nothing against anybody else, but I'll double up or even triple up underquilts before I spend $200, $300, $400 on underquilt. I won't do it. I cringe to buy my Onewind underquilt, but I've got the double up, the snaps in that brings the underquilt. I think it's a 30-degree underquilt, and then it's got the snap in double up that makes it down to, I think, 20. I believe that's correct. I can't remember, and I've got a couple other underquilts that I could add to it too if I need to. But it usually keeps me warm down to I've camped in my setup I have out here down to 10 degrees, and I was plenty warm. So been an expensive Christmas. Just mixed my camping purchases with Christmas so far. It's been an expensive Christmas. Speaking of that, being conservative or whatever, or saving people money, I like doing the weekly deals. If you haven't caught my Christmas weekly bargains video I did today, I do every week. I like saving money myself, but everybody else too. But if you've got a Amazon Prime card, there's certain gear during the holidays that you can save 10% on. So I don't know if people are aware of that. Not that I encourage anybody to get into debt. I'm just saying if you can buy your Christmas presents with it, save your 10% and then pay it off when the bill comes, that's ideal. But I'm all about saving money. And there's a lot of credit cards like the Walmart credit card and Amazon credit card, and Timu's got a credit card now. I think Klarna has a credit card. A lot of these people have credit cards, and you save up to, you know, 1, 2, 3, 5% on purchases. So helps for the holidays, to save all you can. I hope Trevor makes a 0 to 15 degree full length underquilt. Yeah, I would like to. I mean, they call it 3/4, but it pretty much covers me. But yeah, I would like to have a full length. But when I double up, it kind of overlap a little bit, and it works out. My gear, everything I've got, I do. Instead of a warmer underquilt, I would like to have a hammock sock. I definitely would like to have that. I think that would definitely cover me for any cold weather that I would face here, anyways. Now, if I'm going to go up north to like the frozen butt hang up in Minnesota, then yeah, that wouldn't get me. But that's definitely on my to-do list too. I want to go up and hang out with Minnesota Mike and Adam, and uh, go see Shug at the frozen butt hang. They always have fun up at that get together. But that's extreme. I would like to do extreme hammock camp someday, but it'll be a while. Like I said, we're planning on hopefully this this spring be able to do a family camp with Will and my wife. All of us as a family, hopefully. Probably somewhere here local like Arkansas. We love going to Arkansas to camp. It's so beautiful. We really like the Buffalo River a lot. I think I might get that water boiling for my dinner. I am starving. There's a frozen butt hang in February here, North Carolina. I might try to go to. Yeah, that would be awesome. There's so many events on the East Coast. I wish it wasn't so far to go. I would definitely be interested in going uh, to those. Woolly Swamp Hang, Maha. There's so many good hammock hangs. Anything else for that matter. All right. Now this chicken fajita bowl. Sam from the Northwest Wind came in and wished everybody Merry Christmas earlier, but he just ate this in one of his stuffed camps and really likes it. Sam from Northwest Wind's going through and trying all the Mountain House meals that he hasn't had and making a list of the ones he wants to try again and the ones he definitely is not going to have again. Now, everyone I've tried, there's some I like better than others, but I like pretty much every one that I've tried. I just haven't tried all their new flavors that they got out. I did try the cheesy pepperoni pizza bowl. That one was really good. That one and this chicken fajita bowl is the only two new ones I've tried so far. I've tried all the old flavors, like them all. Like I said earlier, chicken and dumplings is my favorite, and the chicken Alfredo is really good. Yellow, if you like curry, the yellow chicken curry, really, really good. Biscuits and gravy, of course. I love put some Texas Pete in it. Makes it really good. it won't be as frozen as the other one of you mentioned. So yeah, yeah. Doesn't get near as cold as up there in Minnesota, man. It can get negative. I know Big's been out in negative 50, 40 and 50 before. That's cold. I love Trevor. He was actually my first hammock. Yep. One went well. I had a lot of box stores. Miguel from Academy. I had started out with a lot of box store hammocks. Menards had one. All great hammocks, about 10-foot hammocks, 9.5 foot and 10 foot. I camped real well starting out in those. Then I went upgraded to this Onewind 12-foot Aries. I love it. Double wide. It's actually extra 2x wide. Really awesome hammock. And then I've got Trevor's 11-foot rim hammock. Love it. I'd like to get some more items from Trevor. I didn't know Trevor was out there. I would have bought his instead of the Onewind. Nothing wrong with Onewind at all, but highly recommend Onewind as well. But I like supporting Trevor and local for sure. But yeah, that's the only reason I would have bought Hanging High over Onewind, just because Trevor's awesome. But Port in America is good when you can afford it, but when everything's 4 or 5 times more expensive, you just can't afford it. I mean, I can't afford a $400 hammock. Well, whether I can afford it or not, I can't see spending $400 on a hammock, no matter how comfortable it is. I know. Tony and everybody says if you lay in one, I'll buy one, but I can guarantee I won't buy one. It's a great guy. Called me and talked about some stuff once. He always responded and wanted to support. Me too. Yeah, he's always got to me and answered any questions. Or, man, that water's boiling already. BRS stove, man, that's the way to go. Yep, Trevor's an outstanding guy. All right, not just because I like his stuff, but not just because it's American, but he's a good businessman and follows through with what he says he's going to do. Honest, seems very honest. All right, this meal takes a cup and a half of boiling water, which it did. Stir it up really good. And I believe it's 15 minutes. That I usually start halfway. Let's see here. Wait 5 minutes, open package, stir, reseal, 4 minutes. So you only have to wait 9 minutes for this one. Wow, that's good. Another 5 minutes. So what? 7:48. I'll stir it, and 10 minutes will be eaten. I like letting it cool off a little bit too. This thing's piping hot. Oh, let's see here. Hang Tight is the first underquilt and top quilt set. Yeah, Hang Tight's a good company too. Real good company. Got good prices. Look up Beyond Outdoors and make some good ones. Yeah, I'll have to look them up too as well. I have not checked them out, but I have checked out Hang Tight. I wouldn't be against buying anything from them either. It's good company as well. Yeah, I can't do the big boy brands. I just won't, even if I can. I mean, if what I've got lasts and is quality, to me, there's just no sense. And I mean, yeah, I'd like to support, it may be different if your channel would support you to where you could buy those things and make gear videos and have new gear once in a while to try out if your channel would pay for it and support it. But even then, I mean, That's a lot of money. I could put that in Will's savings account or buy Will something with it. That's just how I think. And I could buy $500 worth of lesser hammock gear that I would want. $500 would buy me, or $400 even would buy me the rooftop tent rack for my truck. It's around $400. So, hey Chris, appreciate you coming in, shy guy. You're not late. There's no time frame. Appreciate you being here. Merry Christmas, my friend. He actually has customer service. So many companies lack on customer service side. That's big for me. Absolutely. If they can't get your question, at least through email at the very least, and get your questions answered, yeah, it's frustrating. And AI is responding to most of those emails that you send out to these companies. That doesn't come directly from a person most of the time. Hang Tight on Etsy 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I heard Hang Tight through, I can't remember which YouTuber. I know Tony had talked about him at one time. And I think they were at HangCon last year too, I think, if I remember right. I'm all about budget gear, trying to help. Yeah, me too. Because I that's kind of what my channel's always kind of lean towards, is helping people get outdoors. And I'd like to encourage youth to get out and camp, and not just youth, but anybody. But yeah, and I hear people say, I don't have the money to spend. You don't have to have a lot of money to spend to start out. Yeah, start out budget and work your way up. Borrow gear for that matter. With my old hammocks that I've got, that I'll keep 1 or 2 backups, but I've got plenty I could send out to people if they want to get out starting in hammock camping. I wouldn't be against sending somebody a hammock if they need one. It ain't gonna be a fancy one, but it'll be a 9.5 or 10-foot hammock, and I've got ridge lines on all my hammocks and that I made. Be good starter hammocks. I like to inspire people to get outdoors too. Yeah, Chris. I mean, it's kind of why. I wanted to start documenting my camps. My wife's like, "Why don't you go out camping and do some videos and start documenting your camps?" Because I've had my channel since 2012, but I didn't really put out any content. And when my dad passed or got sick, passed, helped me kind of deal with that and all the losing our other family members, my mom and my father-in-law. Then 18 months, it's kind of was an out for me. It's always been an out for me, camping and being outdoors. When I grew up, we lived on a 360-acre dairy farm, and we had real nice. I made a really nice campground by the creek, and had, I guess, what you call perfect Tom Sawyer childhood. And yeah, it's a good way to. You're stressed out, man. Get out in the nature, get outside and enjoy it. Relieve some stress. Campfire, man, for me, just staring at a campfire relieves so much stress for me. It's looking at the stars. It's so clear tonight. There's not a cloud in the sky, and there's so many stars. That's why I like out here where I live too. There's not a lot of light pollution, so I see a lot of stars out here. Where does blogging end and camping begin? Good question, Herbert. It's, I guess it'd be called more vlogging. It's kind of what this is. YouTube is more vlogging. But yeah, just kind of documenting my camps, not worrying about movie quality. If you're going to watch a movie, you're going to go stream a movie or go to the movie theater and watch a Hollywood movie and pay good money for it. I'm not nothing against anybody in fancy editing and all that, but I've never been on YouTube to look for people that are got movie quality videos. Cool if you do, but I mean, I like the first person, the feel of being, when I first started on YouTube, the video quality sucked on everybody's cameras and phones. So there wasn't any quality there anyways. But anyways, when it did get better, I like the bumpy. I mean, I like the smoother, first person look. But even my favorite YouTuber of all time, um, he didn't have high quality, didn't do fancy editing, and that was my all time favorite. Uh, I just like to watch people's camps, their adventures, hiking, backpacking. My all-time favorite is backpacking and, hiking, backpacking, and camping all together, Not necessarily ultralight. Ultralight's cool, but to get a lot of ultralight gear is pretty expensive. So I'd rather do a shorter hike and carry a little heavier gear than spend, you know, $500 on a Dyneema tarp or tent. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I just won't do it. I'll carry a 50-pound pack all day to save the money. My quality still sucks. Haha. It doesn't bother. Your quality's great, Ken. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you can see what you're doing and hear what you're doing, and you know, uh, even if I can't hear the person talking, I don't care. I can see what they're doing. I can pretty much tell you what they're pretty much saying. If you can hear them mumbling in the background and they don't have a mic and you can't hear them, um, I just like watching what people do, and that's where you get your ideas. And I didn't think about doing it that way. I know we're all kind of set in our ways on how we like doing stuff, but I've always adapted or changed, maybe not totally changed up my way of doing things, but kind of mixing somebody else's idea with mine and kind of making my own. I haven't seen a movie in the theater in over 6 years. Yeah, we've got a 70-inch TV at home, and we always, which I'm not big into Hollywood movies anyway. So, but we always watch movies at home, cheaper, and I mean, you can't even afford the snacks. The snacks are more than the dang movie to go to. I mean, you just can't afford it. We were the type that always bring in candy. I know it's not honest, but I mean, you can't afford $8 for some M&Ms. It's ridiculous. All trails. I try to bring the sounds of nature to my videos, to bring the peace and tranquility. See, Chris, that's what I fell in love with, and that's why I started doing my videos as ASMR. That's still my favorite channels of all time too, is ASMR, because I do like the sounds of the birds, the crunching of the leaves when you're hiking on trails in the fall, and this wildlife and all the noises. Yeah, I mean that's why I go out camping, is to hear all that myself, the crackling of the fire. You know, nobody enjoys my stupid voice. I mean, that's why I do lives. I can talk and do all that on lives, but I think I'm really going to go back to not talking on my camping again. Other than like stealth camps, obviously it'd be hard to do an ASMR stealth camp. I could, but I guess I could try it and see how that works. That'd be funny. But yeah, I've got a couple more stealth camps coming up. I think when I get a chance to, besides doing this camp, obviously, I've got 2 stealth camps I want to do. Got into vlogging for family. I wanted my kids to see it in the future. Plus, family always asks about my trips. Hey, that's good. Good idea, Woodall. And that's kind of what this is too. Is when I heaven forbid, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Will can look back on all these videos, enjoy my trips, and I'm anxious to get him out here, and he's going to enjoy all this, and I can teach him all of what I know, and just enjoy camping as a family. Going to be a lot of fun. I don't see movies anymore. I haven't since 2020. It's if you last one I saw was Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, that was a fun video game back in the day. I like to bring music into mine to bring how I felt at the point in the trip. See, that's one big thing. I mean, I don't mind music, I guess, in YouTube videos, but like going out camping and stuff, that's why I hate campgrounds and all that because people bring Bluetooth speakers and blaring music or bring their guitars and stuff. I mean, if you're doing that and hiking out and you're on your own and you have a harmonica or whatever, that's one thing. But you go into a big campground and it's as noisy as it is, and then people are blaring all the kind of music. But yeah, on YouTube, um, yeah, I don't care really if they have music or not. I know a lot of people don't have enough attention span and they have to have some kind of music or some kind of background noise to keep them interested, I guess. But yeah, I don't. It didn't really bother me either way, but I still like the ASMR better. No offense, Woodhall Trails, but yeah, that's my still my favorite channels is ASMR. I've been to the movies once in the last 10 years. I just stream it at home. Yeah, me too. It's too expensive. We smuggle candy and drinks into movies too. Yeah, I mean, you almost have to. That's why I like to drive in growing up and still the drive ins today. We've got a couple here close. You can bring your own food, which I like. And that's a double feature every time too. So you get two movies for one and you can bring your own food if you want. So it's good for families for sure. And they got playgrounds for the kids to play on before the movie starts. I have two ASMR stealth camps, David. Oh. Yeah, you do, don't you? Oldest love has been on several trips with me and several videos as well. Yeah, that's awesome when your kids in. None of my real kids really, which I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, but my two youngest, I got to go on a couple camping trips, and last year I got my youngest son to um, go on a camping trip at Mark Twain with me, but they're not really into the outdoor stuff, really. I like music on trail. It helps time pass. Yeah, a lot of people wear earbuds, and if people are wearing earbuds and not disturbing nature and other hikers and campers, that's cool. But you know, I'll be like this summer. My nephew and I was kayaking down a river, and this guy comes down the kayak with this big old huge Bluetooth speaker boombox, just blaring music. It's like, and it wasn't clean and family friendly music, if you know what I mean. So um, each their own, but I mean, there's no reason why he couldn't have had a pair of Bluetooth headphones in and listen to his own music on his own. We rented a cabin, it's so peaceful and quiet, but then he had to have music. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess my look on it is I go outside to get away from music, noise, uh, light pollution, people. Um, but I mean, if I want to listen to music, on my car drive to and from or at home, everybody's got to have the creature comforts, and each their own. I'm not complaining, and I'm not putting anybody down, but that's why I don't go to campgrounds mostly is because I want to get away from comforts of home. If I was going to that route, I'd just get me an RV and have all the comforts from home, take my home camping with me. You know what I mean? Um, the campgrounds, you're going out to enjoy the outdoors, not to listen to music, not to let your kids play on tablets and play on their phones. And, you know, it's like you almost have to force kids to do anything outdoors nowadays. It's sad, you know, really sad. Purple Rain. Yep. That's a prime example, Herbert. Prime example. A drive-in movie theater stealth camp. See, that's what I thought about doing. We actually, growing up, like I said before, uh, I did have done a lot of stealth camps as a kid. We actually did that. Slept out, brought our sleeping bags out because I had a really good friend that lived butted up the property. Their property butted up to the drive-in's property, and we would just lay out in the middle of their field and watch the movies all the time for free. It was plenty close, and you just tune in on the radio because they broadcast through FM radio station, and you'd watch the movies. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I did that as a kid. But yeah, I'd like to do that as an adult for sure. All good. Everyone has what they like. I just hope mine help someone outside enjoy it like me. Absolutely would all for sure. And not that makes me not watch anybody's content because that's not what I'm getting at. But you know, as long as people are respectful with their music and not just music, drinking and getting vulgar and um, just being loud in general at a campground, you know, people don't let their kids not run through camp sites and scream and yell, and then they'll let them bring their scooters. Now they've got electric e-bikes and bikes and radio controlled cars and you name it. And there's just kids just can't entertain themselves without some kind of electronic. Well, I say kids. Look at all the adults. Go to a doctor's office. Nobody talks to each other anymore. Everybody's got their face in their phone or tablet. You know, it's so funny. I'm the Potato King, Computer Fizz. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Merry Christmas. Appreciate you stopping in and enjoying the little fire. Got a camping out tonight. Doing a little hammock camp before Christmas. Wanted to get on here and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Somebody's shooting off in the background. I had a silly idea for stealth camp. Rent a U-Haul and stealth camp at their place, LOL. That would be no mileage, so costs would be lower. Oh, Chris, that's funny. That is hilarious. The funny thing about that is you don't even have to rent it. They don't even lock their vans up, but they do have security cameras and stuff. So, but yeah, you could actually do that, rent it, and that's actually funny. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Or their pods that they got stacked up outside. You could probably get one of those with the stuff camp. I thought of that too. I like nature sounds. Don't get me wrong. When I get to camp, I like the quiet and nature sounds. But when I'm hiking 10 to 20 miles a day, it helps those miles go by. Yeah, absolutely. Or listen to audiobook. Now, I am guilty of once, especially in the wintertime, like now when it gets dark earlier and you got a lot of time of catching up on buddies' videos or listen to audiobook, or I listen to devotions, audio devotions, and that type of stuff. So yeah, not that I don't say that I never use, obviously doing my editing videos at night when I go to bed and that type of stuff. But yeah, usually it's catching up on everybody's videos, or an audiobook is usually what I use my earbuds for. I went to URE National Forest weekend, 12 Stones. We had landowner tell us there's kids 10 miles away who asked to go to the forest for the first time. That hit hard. Absolutely, Ken. Yep. That's awesome. Yeah. Respect. That's what it's about, and you're right. It's boils down to the parents not teaching their children's the right, nobody holds doors for nobody no more. Nobody's respectful. They don't respect themselves, let alone anybody else. The parents don't respect themselves, don't respect their kids, not raising yet, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, Ken. Yeah, it's sad, man, that somebody else has to take the kids, or parents would just dump their kids off at church and let the church, take them on camp trips and stuff. And, it's sad. But a lot of parents don't like to camp. I understand that. But, you can do the city slicker campground camping. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, especially for families. I mean, if that's what you like, having bonfire and fire pits, burning bands under pine trees at Mother Nature's fire starter. Yeah, Herbert, that's right. Gosh, that guy was an idiot. Old doors for everyone. Me too, man. Men, women, children, elderly, everybody. If somebody's behind me, I hold the door. It's just, that's just common courtesy. Where's that gone? Here I'm yakking and I didn't stir my mountain house, but it's not going to be boiling hot. Oh yeah, it's still hot. Stir it one time here. 20 minutes later. Oh, buddy. The first taste. Oh, bud. Yeah, that is good stuff. Sam was quite right on that one. I'll have to tell Sam he was definitely right on that. Oh, buddy. That is really good. Okay. Yeah. All about respect. But yeah, I mean, if any of us can help one person get out there, no matter how old they are, kids, elderly, adults that's never camped before. Randy's helped a couple of his coworkers that's never camped before, and that's awesome. I do it too. I love helping people get out. I worked with a guy that his wife was wanting a hammock so bad, and I took one to work to give to him to give to her. So it's good. If I can get people outside, it's all it's about. If I can get one person, encourage them to go out and enjoy the outdoors, doing YouTube is worth it. Common sense ain't so common. You got that right. Yeah, I'd get in trouble. I wasn't a real troublemaker in school, but I'd get in trouble with my stupid comments or mouth with the teachers. They'd send me to the office, but English teacher she just wanted to argue with me all the time, I think, but she would always say that there's no stupid questions. There's, people can learn common sense. I'm like, if you're not born with common sense, you cannot learn common sense. That's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard anybody say. They can learn. No, they can't. on basic common sense things, you can't learn it. That's what I tell my oldest all the time. Yeah. Gosh, I have been, what'd you say? I've been staring at that face and forgot all about it. I was just smarter than them. Yeah. Middle school, I got so much trouble. High school, I settled down a bit. I didn't mean to get in trouble. I just, the history teachers, the science teachers, all the people, all the teachers would complain. And, I wasn't into the Big Bang theory and all this crap, and they want to public schools want to shove their truth down your throat. It's like, no, but they don't want to hear, your side. Hey, Minnesota Mike, appreciate you coming by. Merry Christmas, my friend. This chat, I don't think they're welcome since I don't know if I have common sense standards. Mike, I know you've got 10 times more common sense than a lot of these yahoos walking down the road nowadays. First everyone until they cross the line and then the gloves come off. Yeah. It's hard not to get road rage. It's hard not to get upset when somebody cuts you off or it's rude to you in the stores. It's so hard not to come off the handle. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to practice patience. It's one thing I pray for all the time. God gives me patience because growing up and even in my younger years, and I still have a hard time dealing with patience in certain situations. And you got that right. I'll be great to you until you mess with me at mine. Yep, for sure. I like that fact that I got to meet people from different places through meetups and live vicariously through those places I might never get to go, no matter how much gabbing they do. Yep. That's a good thing about YouTube, man. You learn a lot of things from a lot of different people, get to experience a lot of different places. It's awesome. So glad you're here, Mike. Hey, Hammock Mountain. I appreciate you being here, Daniel. Been talking about common sense. You know, it's hard to come by nowadays. I know you know that all too well. I've been working and listening. Great show tonight. Appreciate it, Hammock Mountain. Thank you for coming in. Merry Christmas to you and your family. I appreciate you. The California people cut you off, drive bad, and no one honks their horns. It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I lived in California for almost 5 years. I know all too well in Southern California. It's bad. What bananas on my coworkers last week? They lost one of my Matco wrenches and all denied using it and pointed fingers at each other. I snapped and definitely said something choice, some choice. Yeah, yeah, it's hard not to, man. Especially when people are just borrowing, your stuff, and yeah, it's hard to keep your cool in those instances too. I've been here the whole time, but haven't heard much. Been staring at the rock face since I noticed it. Can we start over? Woodsman. Yep. Minnesota Mike says that's the Owl Rock. Merry Christmas to you, Daniel, too. Appreciate you. You can learn something from just about anybody. Sometimes it's learning how not to be. Absolutely, Mike, for sure. I'm thankful for everybody I meet, people I met, even people I don't want to meet again. Yeah. Yep, for sure, Mike. Yeah. So nice. I'm glad the wind calmed down out here because even though it's just, what is it now? It's like 49 degrees, but the rock, talking about the rock, the wind made it a little cooler, but it's calmed down a little bit. So earlier today it was kind of breezy. Yeah, that rock face is pretty cool. I didn't plan it out that way. It just ended up being that way. We found those two rocks and I threw it on top of that one. And ever since everybody's been talking about it, I've just left it. It is a good conversation piece for sure. A camp guardian, because they say owls are guardians for humans. They roost above you to protect you. I don't know how true that is, but I do know they hang around here. Every place I camp a lot, there's owls close by for sure. They keep staring at me. Say hello. I guess I need to name it, because I guess I'll pull that and have everybody help me name it. I'll have to make it a sticker. Well, I missed something. Oh, make the rock a sticker? The face, I mean, a sticker. Yeah, I could do that. That would be hilarious. Yeah, it's forever going to be a part of the base camp for sure. Hootie. There you go. I kind of like that, Herbert. First one I heard. That is pretty slick, Herbert. I was playing a Todd Champion. I messed up. I didn't forget anything, but I didn't check my power bank, and I guess it got switched on when I put it up last Monday, and it was dead when I brought it out here. And my little power bank in my electronics bag was dead as well. But it's been a while since I did a camp, so I think it just died. But normally before I do a camp, I get everything out, check it, make sure it's charged up. But luckily my light is, so it's a power bank, so I can charge my phone. My phone's down to 34%, so I'm going to have to plug it in here for a while. 210 Hootie. Like it. There you go. Hootie has a Hootie booty. There you go. It does. Boy, that's a really good sticker ideas. Hootie is a good one. Yeah. Hootie. Man, that's a good one, Herbert. Been cleaning up some more fallen limbs. Came out here with big oak trees and dropped some pretty good sized limbs. So I got some more that I burned up. I think we have a new name. I think we do too. Pretty fitting, I think. It's funny, I haven't heard the owl tonight, but normally when I'm out here, I hear the owl just before, right at sunset. It's kind of creepy. When I first made this campsite, there was some concrete garden figurines out here. I think one's a girl and one's a boy or something. I don't remember what they are, angels or something. I don't remember what they are. But they were creepy. I came out here, I had them sitting up and leaned up by a couple trees, and my wife came out here and she goes, "Oh, that's creepy." It was pretty creepy. Yeah. But yeah, I'd highly recommend that chicken fajita bowl Mountain House. Oh man, if you like spicy too, it's I call it mildly spicy, but if you're sensitive to spice, I would say it's probably medium. It's pretty mild to me. I would add more hot sauce to it, but I didn't bring any out with me, obviously. But it is fabulous. I would definitely buy that again. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sleeping in my hammock. It seems like it's been forever since I got to sleep in it. Back to the early conversation, my wife gets irritated at me because I stand there and hold a door for as long as people are walking in and out. See, Daniel, that's funny. Well, it's not funny. That's awesome. But my son does that too. But he goes to extreme. We'll be down like Silver City, a theme park or somewhere. There'll be 100 people behind us, and he'll stand there and hold that door for all those 100 people. I kid you not. That kid is, uh, he's got some respect. But I said, you need to kind of maybe hold it for just 50 of them. All right, Wood All Trails, yes, 5 a.m. comes early. I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, from my family to yours, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you for stopping by. And if everybody hasn't checked out Woodall Trails, please go check out his channel. He'd appreciate that. Merry Christmas, my friend. Yeah, I always hold, uh, usually for the person directly behind me, as long as they, I'll either hold the, especially if it's elderly or something, I'll hold the door and let them walk all the way through. But if it's another person, younger person as old as me, I'll hold the door for them as long as they, don't let it shut in their face. But yeah, I'm probably guilty of not holding it for more people than I need to, as far as letting them go through. But I mean, I even like opening the door for my wife in the vehicle, and I'll get some strange looks. It's weird, mostly from other guys. Like, their women are elbowing him and something. Look, he's holding the door for his wife. Yeah, I still open the car door for my wife, especially when we're going on dates. And uh, I know I'm not as guilty here lately doing as much with Will, because we're worried about getting Will in and out of the car. But don't stop dating your wife, man. That's, if I give anybody some good advice, I know most men don't want to hear that. I'm sorry, but my parents for 55 years, I don't know how many times I'd hear people asking me, "Is your mom and dad just recently married?" No, why? My parents was always holding hands. I'm not, everybody's as touchy feely as everybody else, but however you were when you're dating, keep that going. Keep the fire. I know people says it's cliche, but it's not. It's like a kindling a fire at your campfire, man. I know us as men are guilty of, letting that slide, but that's something I know genuinely. Some women say they hate it, but deep down I know that's something that you can really respect women. People don't respect women. It's one thing I hate to see the most. Whether you're teasing or not, whether you have a pet name for them or not, don't be hurtful to people, especially your wives. I know I'm not the best husband in the world, but I hope my wife thinks I'm okay. That would be nice. Best husband ever. Oh, honey, appreciate you. Thank you for being in here. Hold the door at church yesterday, and when I finally let it go, my wife was in the car ordering lunch. Oh, Daniel, that's awesome. Well, I mean, church is a different story. I mean, you see, you're a greeter right there. You're well, I guess leaving you wouldn't be a greeter, but exit. Have a nice day, or I don't know what you call the exeter, but this is important as the greeting when they're coming in. But that is hilarious. Our anniversary is tomorrow. Happy anniversary, Mike. Happy anniversary. And I don't get me wrong. I mean, don't take me wrong, guys. I mean, I don't want to make anybody feel bad if they're not snoozing over their wives. And I understand people aren't as wasn't raised as emotional or touchy feely as others, but whatever your love languages are for your spouse or significant other, man, I know we all need to, that's my Christmas present is trying to be a better husband to my wife and always a better dad. You can always be a better dad. I just hope my kids think I was a decent dad. She has 36 long, grueling years to her credit. Man, that's awesome, Mike. I love hearing people being married that long. Um, yeah, my mom and dad was 55 years, and they sat by each other and held hands everywhere they went. If one was somewhere, they'd always go everywhere together. They were never apart. I wish, when my dad was passing, I told dad, I said, you're leaving me some huge shoes to fill, Dad. I said, I hope I'm even a 16th of the man that you were to mom and us kids, definitely an amazing role model. My wife's dad was a really, really, really amazing man and an awesome role model. And I said that makes me step back and think, am I even close to what they were? I know I'm not, but they definitely were good role models. Um, and that's where, getting into all this common sense and respect conversation tonight, it all boils down to parents just have lost that, and it all boils down to, you know, love in each other. Like I said last week, give the best Christmas present is love equals courtesy, respect, honor, all of it above, but um, yeah, 55 years. And her mom and dad was 50, they were married in 70, correct me if I'm wrong, honey, was it 74? So they were married 50 years, 51 years, 51 years. Long time. Neither one of them, her parents and my parents didn't divorce. It's it's a different world. It doesn't have to be. Thank you, honey. Yeah, um, very good role models. Not just that they were our parents, but they were good spouses and very good parents, very good grandparents. Good job. WCW elbows on mine. She doesn't mind. Been married for 28 years or 29 years. Not sure, but it's been. That's awesome, Woodsman. Yeah. Any women that can put up with us men, man, they're good women, right? Good women. I know I have the best. I know I have a lot better than I deserve. That is for sure. If my mom and dad told me when I met my wife, son, we couldn't even have handpicked one for you as good as her. They loved her so much. I really wish she would have got to spend more time with them. And vice versa, I wish I could have spent a lot more time with her dad. The time I did get to spend has some good memories. But it gives us a hope and a future that they're waiting for us. We don't need any pain anymore. Good. We'll be so missed until we are reunited again. Looking forward to Boris appearing. That's what we're looking for, right? Oh. Right. Tried to kick myself out several times, but me and I won't ever leave with me, so I stay. Woodsman. Oh, that's funny. Being touchy-feely with your wife is just marriage's way of saying personal space is now a suggestion. That's hilarious. Yeah, and each couple has their own way and own way it works. Whatever you enjoy, both enjoy, and however it works the best. And biggest thing is just honoring each other and respecting each other, and it's a big deal. I don't think enough people really talk about it. I know it's a touchy subject, and I know I talk about a lot of touchy subjects sometimes, but it needs to be said, more. It really does. Not just at church on Sunday, not just from some speaker on TV or something. It needs to be taught in schools more. It needs to be, you know, common sense, like we said. You're not born with it. You can't just achieve it. But teaching the kids to be respectful is one thing. Make them mind and honor your father and your mother and all those in authority. My wife and I decided to go to escape room for our anniversary. Not sure what that means. I might come out by myself. Oh my god, that's actually a pretty good idea. See how good you guys are at solving problems together. That's actually a really good idea. I think me and my wife would do pretty good. We're a really good team. Uh, I think we complement each other. She's definitely a lot smarter than I am on a lot of things. Definitely like finances and book smarts and uh, that type of stuff. She's a lot smarter than I am on that type of stuff. Of course, I've always been hands on and blue collar, so uh, fixing things and working on things. Um, but like I said, where I'm going to with that is I think me and my wife would probably actually do pretty good in one of those escape rooms, helping each other. Most indeed. I'm a very lucky man, no doubt. I stalked her all the way to the wedding. Woodsman, don't ever quit stalking her. That's a good thing. Very good thing. Go for the throat, then the eyes, Minnesota, then run. I annoy my wife until she tells me to go camping. That's funny, Ken. My wife is so loving and so patient with me and so just loving. And I can sit in her eyes and she'll look at me and says, "Honey, why don't you go camping? You want to go camping?" uh, she knows me really well and she can tell when I'm really stressed and I really need some time away. So thankful I got a wife that's understanding and caring like that. My wife doesn't want me to go camping, says she misses me. Aw. My wife does too. She may make you feel that she missed you, not intentionally, but she'll never say anything like that. She'll say she misses you, but not make you feel like, I don't know, guilty or whatever. But anyways, half the time she's the one encouraging me to go. But yeah, my wife always tells me she missed me and I tell her I miss her too. Even when I go camping or when we go like went to Pennsylvania with Randy or go to our meetup, that many days away from she is my best friend, I'm not gonna lie. She is my best friend. I know a lot of guys don't like saying that, but she is my best friend. Not that we don't do things on our own. She goes with her mom and does stuff and I do stuff and camp and you need time alone too and do things, fishing, whatever you do. But She is my best friend. I do miss her. I miss, and now Will. I mean, I don't want to be, I don't want to be away from him. He's such a little joy, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss his, I worked 2 and 3 jobs when my older kids were born, and I missed a lot of stuff. I'm so afraid I'm going to miss those things with Will, and I don't want to. I actually want to be there, as much as I love the camp. I just absolutely love being there with my wife and my son. Ooh, hey, Randy, I missed you coming in. Welcome in, my friend. We're just talking about common sense, respect, lives, talking about how everybody's been married, how long they've been married, just respecting each other, especially our wives and our kids for that matter. Randy's here. We can all get started over. Let's go. My wife sent me hunting. I didn't come back. Oh, no. Is my only friend other than my friends from the camping community. Yeah, Daniel, you got that right. Now, I do have a friend that I worked with, and we go on mutual double dates with. But as far as I used to work with a boss of mine that was friends that we'd go camping with a lot, but me and my wife spend most of our time together because we are best friends. What were you hunting, Herbert? Been shopping and getting house ready for me to leave, packing, etc. Heading out first thing in the AM. Well, I pray that you have safe travels, Randy, and have a very Merry Christmas to your family from ours. Just be safe, brother. Be praying for you. My wife works 2 jobs, so when she's off, she's like to relax and nap. It works out for me to go camping when I do. It'll be 10 years this upcoming April when we're going to rent a cabin someplace. That sounds like a lot of fun, Ken. That'll be good. Good to get out. All my friends are YouTubers. Yep. This is a great community. A lot of good friends. So glad I got to meet each one of you. Really, really appreciate it and cherish all these friendships. The only one I haven't met's Ken, but in state friends. Ah, I see. Yeah, but yeah, I guess Randy and I haven't met Glenn outdoors yet. Woodsman, of course, and Randy are my in-state YouTube buddies. I'm glad I'm friends with both of those fine gentlemen. Definitely makes for interesting lives chats, right? Most of my friends are also YouTubers. Yep. Merry Christmas, everybody. Rose. Yep. Merry Christmas, Rose. I appreciate you. In state friends, and some of my closer friends live out of state. Awesome. Wish Raptor Will was going to be at camp. Hopefully, we get to visit with him more this year. Yeah, Raptor Will seems like a nice guy. Hoping to be out there with you all in the fall to do a camping trip. That'd be cool. Yeah, we could definitely do a fall camping trip for sure. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Now you sound like Clark W. Griswold. Going for work and still seeing you alive. Yep. Yep. I don't know how long I'm going to go. As long as people are in here and chatting and having a good time, then we'll just see how long it goes. But I know people got to get up early and people got to do things. But being the Christmas live and uh, camping out tonight, I figured I'd just let it let it go how it goes. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Not going anywhere. Just wanted to say that. Yep. Made me think of Christmas vacation. Some of my friends are in states. Some of my friends are in county jail. uh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I said Rose, but none of them caught on to it, I guess. Merry Christmas and God bless one and all. Herbert's still here. That's good. Did any of you all see Ken set up his cot in the Suburban? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That made me giggle a little bit last night. Ken, that was pretty funny. I kept saying, why didn't he just open the back hatch and fold it out and then slide it in? That's like, well, that wouldn't have made as funny as video. Met some good people in county jail, Minnesota Mike. I also went to the county jail with some good people. I wouldn't believe that, Woodsman. Merry Christmas, Chris. Appreciate you. Yeah. I guess I only went to jail one time and I actually didn't get locked up. I got booked and posted my own bail. But long story short, is my ex-wife. It was 8 years. No, it was 8 or 10 years after the fact that back when you used to write checks for cash, instead of getting for cash back at Walmart, you'd write a check for cash back. And my ex-wife wrote a check for $50 cash back, knowing we didn't have the $50 in the bank, and signed my name to the check. Clearly, it was in her handwriting. But yeah, I was going Memorial Day weekend of all things. I was going to decorate my grandmother's graves and family graves, and I was with my wife and my mother-in-law. Long story short, I get pulled over. I was speeding a little bit, but not very much, like a few miles an hour over. But a highway patrolman pulls me over and ends up being a guy I went to school with all my life as the highway patrolman, which that made it a little easier. But he gets my license registration. He's in his car running it and everything. He comes back. He goes, "Hey, David, I need you to accompany me to Lawrence County Jail." I was like, "Funny, Jeff. Can I have my ID and stuff and I'll get going?" He goes, "No, I'm serious." He goes, "You have a warrant out for your arrest." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I can't go over the details, but you'll double see the details when you get to Lawrence County." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So, and of course, we were just newly married, and that was so embarrassing, not knowing what it was, and I had a warrant out for my arrest. You know what you could think of it. So we get to the jail, and they're booking me and everything, and they're like, I think it was $250 bail or something like that. But yeah, it ended up showing me that Xerox copy or something, whatever it was, proof of the bounce check from Walmart. And I just looked at the bailiff, or not the bailiff, but I don't remember who it was that was booking me, but I said, "Isn't there such thing as statute of limitations?" He goes, "Not with Walmart. They'll go 20 years and for $5." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "That's not even my signature on the check." I said, "Look at my signature when I signed in here." I said, "That is clearly not my signature." And he's like, "Don't look like it, but that's not my uh, cup of tea, or not my specialty. You'll have to go to court for that." So, yeah, that was a mess. You know, I think court costs and paying the $50, I don't know, it ended up being around $200 or something like that total. But that was just crazy, man. Of course, it wouldn't have been worth fighting it and trying to get it taken off and everything. Well, that setup messed me up. Haha, the back hatch gets stuck and I need someone to pull on the Blast open. Release it. Oh man, that's crazy. So that makes sense, Ken. I went to jail for 12 hours for throwing rocks at cars when I was 18. Oh man, Brandy, that's bad. Yeah, we could have went to jail. We were kids though, so we didn't. But one of my best friends, we lived in town, and we got some slingshots, and we had some marbles. Well, I'll let you guys. Well, I'll just tell you, this guy bought a brand new car off the lot, and he had just happened to drive as my buddy was like down a in between houses shooting these marbles across a road. And it just so happened when he shot the second time, that brand new car went right through there and he hit the side of the door on that brand new car. It almost put a hole in the side of the door. It was that hard of a hit. It indented it really bad. And so, of course, you hear that guy slamming on his brakes and turning around. And long story short is he stops and knocks on the door of his dad's house. And yeah, he got in trouble. His dad had to pay to get it fixed. And oh, he was grounded for a month probably. It was a big deal. I worked at a prison and jail for 6 years, and the only one in my immediate family would not have gone for any other reasons. That's good, Ken. That's good. And the reason I did, and the only time, is wasn't my problem. Wasn't the one that did it, but I was the one that had to pay for it. And I worked as a guard in Texas prison for about 6 months. Awesome. Never went to jail. They just take, even if I didn't want to go. Shy, what state are you from? Pennsylvania? No, he's in New York. Yep, I already answered it. New York. Oh, wow. Yep. I worked at the juvenile correction facility almost 5 years. Wow. Rose, that's awesome. Never threw rocks at cars, just saying. Oh. I knew better. I knew my mom and dad would beat my butt. I wasn't worried about cops. I wasn't worried about anything other than my parents. I feared my parents in a good way. It was a good fear. For stealing a cop's girlfriend, he had to write a letter of apology and take some time off. Oh no. What? That's crazy, Daniel. Are you still married to her? Hooligans. Yeah. Hi, Nancy. Merry Christmas, Nancy. Appreciate you coming in. Got arrested for failure to appear as a witness. Didn't even know about it. They didn't put me in a cell. Oh man, that's crazy, Herbert. Y'all stories will be for members only. LOL. Woodsman, that's funny. Merry Christmas. Bail was more than the fine. Yeah, that's about right. It was by far the worst job I've ever had. Yeah, I hear that. It's very stressful, I'm sure. I never married her. LOL. I was just assuming, Daniel, it was your current wife. That would be ironic, but yeah, I hear stuff like that, often. It's strange, but people go bonkers over stuff like that. Oh, buddy. That fire's going pretty good still. Getting rid of some old wood scrap. Definitely wouldn't want to cook over those. I'm gonna hang up my food bag while I'm thinking about it. A good spot to hang food bag up here. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's got embarrassing arrest story. Plus, I was arrested by a really good friend that I went to school with all my life. That was embarrassing. It's crazy. Well, I better plug in my phone. Here I am talking, and I'm glad I brought my light out here. Down to 16%. Da, da, da. Yeah, you never know. You know what life will bring to you. I'm glad everybody got to hang out for this Christmas live. I was gonna be more festive, and I was gonna um, do some Christmas lights and do a Christmas dinner, but I didn't have the energy and the time, and didn't really feel like it. For me, Christmas is celebrating my Savior's birth and being with family. It's not necessarily, I mean, we got lights on our house and I've got a Christmas tree. I'm not totally anti Christmas, traditional Christmas, but yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you guys, talk to you guys. It was best thing is talk with you guys and hang out with you guys. Knew it was going to be fun. I'm glad I didn't. She was a psycho. It's usually the ones that they are. Yeah, for sure. I've got a story about that too I could go into, but not on this live. Merry Christmas, Nancy, and everybody. Yep. Sounds like a lot of people learning from some experiences growing in common sense. Oh, man. Yep. And I always told my kids, it's not, mistakes are, if you can learn from your mistakes, it's good. A lot of those instances, you can learn from. But I said it's those mistakes that you make that you can still learn from, but they have more serious consequences that you will haunt you for the rest of your life. So I said it's real important to make good decisions. Let's just put it that way. I got pulled over once because my friend was hitting donuts with a tennis racket. That was a fun time. Sounds like something I would do with the donuts. No, I'd be eating the donuts. There's no way I'd be hitting donuts with a tennis racket. Heck no. Those are too important. Donut abuse. That's right. Cop must have been furious. Oh, you got that right. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. That's pretty good, actually. Oh, you guys made worth coming out and doing this live for sure. Enjoy a weekly live. And it being the Christmas season makes it even that much better. Makes it that much better. I didn't bring anything out here for dessert tonight. Can you guys believe that? I know you probably don't believe that. My wife probably surely doesn't believe that. I didn't bring a single thing out here for dessert. Man, what kind of sweet connoisseur am I if I can't bring something for dessert? Man, what a loser. Let's see here. Well, I do have some coffee. Oh, could do that for dessert. What else do I got? Cappuccino, hot tea, creamer, sugar, artificial sweetener. That ain't sweet. Well, that's really sweet, but it's not sugar. Onewind cappuccinos. Yeah, I guess I could make me coffee. In my book's that Is this as good as a dessert? Especially the Capico coffee. Pretty good. Oh, bummer. Hey, could you make a donut run for me real quick, babe? Let's see here. Yeah, explaining what we were doing to the cop. I donut think he bought it. Love it. uh, yeah, some donuts sound pretty good. Yeah, we were at Walmart the other night. What night was that, honey? What night did we go to Walmart? I don't remember. But anyways, we were looking at each other. We got ice cream and got everything else we needed, and we looked at each other and said donuts. So we went over to the donut in the bakery where the fresh donuts are semi-fresh, I guess you'd say, donuts. And this little lady was pulling out all the day old donuts and stuff that was going to be marked down, and we both look at, where's the discount rack? We were going to buy donuts off the discount rack. She goes, we donated to the food harvest already. We're like, oh, okay, that's okay then. Food harvest can have them. we were we kind of scared that old lady. I thought she thought we were going to be mad at her, but I said no, we were just trying to save some money on donuts. I gotta run. It's been great tonight. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Daniel. I appreciate it. Have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon, my friend. Have a good night. Yeah, donuts sound good. I know we have, I don't know if we have any ice cream left. We've been, man, stuff, sweets in the house with me don't last very long, unfortunately. We did buy two. They're not half gallons anymore. What are they? I don't know what the container, ice cream container sizes are now. They're smaller than what they used to be, but we bought two of them, and I'm sure it's pretty much gone now. Nancy, appreciate you coming in. Merry Christmas. Thank you for stopping by. 1.5 quart. All right, Rose. Yeah, we ate both of those. You know, the like the Highland Dairy. I don't know if you guys got Highland Dairy out where you're at, but it's a local dairy here. You know, the square ice cream boxes. They're probably 1.5 quart too. Well, when my mom growing up, she'd always get those boxes, and we was a family of five. I have I'm one of three brothers, and then my mom and dad. There's five of us. Well, those boxes are perfectly when you can open them up all the way flat. You can slice it in 5 even portions, and that's what mom. We would eat ice cream. We'd eat a whole box at a time, and you'd each one of us get an equal slice. So it's so funny. Still to this day, even though my mom's gone, we still say when we're dishing up ice cream, I always say, "Hey, you want a Char helping?" Because my mom's name was Char, short for Charlotte. But yeah, we miss my mom. We'd always say, "Hey, you want a Char helping?" Or I'd look at my wife and say, "Hey, that's not a Char helping." Let's see. The ice cream, yeah, can't have too much. Merry Christmas, everyone. I just ate 3 cookies myself. What kind of cookies? Chocolate chip? My favorite's oatmeal raisin, Nancy. And I don't mind a good chocolate chip or oatmeal or peanut butter or sugar cookie. Ooh. When I haven't had gingerbread or a snickerdoodle. I love snickerdoodles too. I got a fast hair's cut this evening. Thought I was looking at $15 or so plus tip. $30, $37 with tip. That's unbelievable. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, Randy. Yeah. That's another good reason why I mow my hair off. I can do it myself. Oh man, $37. I would have had a fit too. That's the season for cookies. Yes, Rose. Cookies, cookies, cookies. My mother-in-law makes some fabulous ice sugar cookies. Oh man, they're so good. Gotta run, folks. Merry Christmas and safe travels to those who are. Yes, Herbert. Well, I don't know if you're traveling, but safe travels or have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for hanging out, Herbert. Appreciate you. I haven't paid for a haircut in over 20 years. Yeah, me neither, Ken. I can't. I mean, I'll do a beard trim just because I friends with my barber that I like. But yeah, I cut my own hair. My wife does. I can't see a buzz cut. You know, I've had a buzz cut for years and years and years, so I can't see spending $20-$30 for somebody to a haircut that takes you less than 5 minutes to do. I'm in the Philippines. Cookies are different here. No, yeah, okay. Yeah, that would be different. But man, I'd definitely try it. I'm sure I'd like it, Nancy. Good night, all. I'm checking out. Good night, Mike. I appreciate you stopping by. Merry Christmas, my friend. Bless you and your family. Proverbs 16:16. Get wisdom. How much better is than gold, and get understanding. It is preferable to silver. Amen. Amen, Mike. I appreciate you so much, my friend. I'm fixing to go to. I hope to leave by 4 a.m. or so. You all have a good night. You too, Randy. I pray for your trip, man. Have fun with your family. Just dropped back by. Just saw Nancy Checkers here. Merry Christmas, Nancy. Yep. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody has a very blessed and safe Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm hoping I get to talk to most of you before New Year, but if I don't, Happy New Year as well. So thankful for everybody being here tonight and making this definitely a memorable live that I'll never forget. Oh, not only is it Christmas, but getting to hang out with my friends. Get some more of this wood. That one's kind of wet. That might take us a minute to catch. Oh, can we squat at your place while you're gone, Randy? Yeah, we'll go and camp at his new base camp there on his property. I'm sure he wouldn't mind somebody looking out after his place. Yep. Well, this is nice night though. Wind died down out here. It's not near as windy and still got a slight breeze, but as you can tell by the fire leaning over, we got a slight breeze, but it was pretty strong when I got out here earlier. I was concerned actually when I got out here that it was going to be a little colder than what it should be, but it's not too bad. I wish my headset was staying here. Sorry if it's making noise when I'm adjusting it. I'm camping on my base camp on my property, Nancy. This is what I call my base camp. My fire pit at my base camp on the backside of our property. And then I'm just hammock camping. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me get a flashlight. But I've got my Onewind hammock set up here. Got my string lights. Got my 12-foot Onewind Aries hammock and quilt top, poncho top quilt. This got my hammock set up that I typically use, either my Onewind or my hanging high hammock, either one. But I got my Onewind set up tonight. Good night, Daniel. Appreciate you. Yep, just doing haven't had any much time, so it's nice to have this here on our property if I want to do a quick overnighter. And like I said, the closest place to here, well, I've got one other place I can actually camp other than stealth camping. Um, that's only about 15 or 20 minutes from here. But other than that, it's 35 minutes to the closest place that I can camp to here that I normally go camping. So this is nice just to come out here like on a night like tonight to do a live. I've got good signal here on our property. There's another camp place I've got good signal, but a lot of places I go, I don't have good signals to do live. So I'm pretty limited on if I'm going to do a live at camp where I can do those at. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's really mild here tonight. It's only supposed to get down. Well, they're calling for 50 degrees, but it's already 49 degrees out here. And I would say it's probably going to get mid 40s, which is pretty mild. So, yeah, my underquilt will be fine. I've just got my poncho top quilt, Onewind. Will be fine for tonight. I don't need much for tonight. It's going to be pretty nice. But yeah, I'd like to. There's a couple of places, Mark Twain, that you can hike to the top of the mountain, and I can get signal up there. So eventually, I'd like to start maybe trying to do some camping lives in those remote areas. But you got to climb to the top of the mountain to get to good service. So maybe one of these days. I can get out there and do one. Winter mix is on its way here. It's supposed to start like 2 a.m. Ooh, I don't like the winter mixes for sure. I don't mind snow or rain, but I don't like ice for sure. The winter mix is kind of slushy sleet, you know. That's makes for a slick drive. Closest place for me to camp is my secret campsite. It's a 20-minute drive and a 20-minute hike. That ain't bad, Chris. That's not bad at all. Yeah, my very favorite place that I took Randy to, my secret camp in Mark Twain is it's an hour and hour and 10 minutes from here, and then it's a mile hike, so another 10 or 15 minutes in, depending on how much gear I've got to haul in. But I usually take a light pack, just what fits in my pack when I go hike out there. But it's only a mile in. It's not too bad. As long as there's not snow or anything, you can hike a mile in, 10 minutes with a pack on. You take your time. Is it just me, or is there a grumpy vampire rock on the right side? Yep, you got that right, Woodsman. That's Hootie. Everybody's named that rock Hootie. Minnesota Mike says it looks like an owl. Ever since I made this fire pit, everybody, I didn't even notice it when I built the fire pit, and he's gonna stay. He's his official name. Herbert gave him a name tonight, and he called him Hootie. So, and Daniel Hammock Mountain Daniel said 210 Hootie, but I like Hootie, so that's his name. Probably need to get some stickers. A slouching, grumpy vampire. There is definitely a face in that rock. Yep. And it's two rocks in one, Rose. Ironically, the bottom rock and where it looks like its mouth, it's a top rock. So it's actually two rocks in one. It's really cool, but I didn't plan it that way. I just set it up there and ended up looking like that. So I left it. Pretty neat. The one on the left is 210 Hootie. Yep, 210 Hootie. The other side, 210. What'd you say it looked like? Let me read that again. Other side, Vampire Rock. Looks like a Vampire Rock. You talking about this one here? Let me point at it here. You talking about this one? I guess I don't see the vampire in it myself, but let me get this rock out of the fire. The raccoons and stuff will root through the fire pit and knock rocks over. Or the deer too. The deer like it in here a lot. Yes. I don't see the vampire. Oh, yes. Now through the camera, I see it. If you're actually here and looking at it, you can't see that. It's the shadows that are casted. Yeah. It's hard to see, but yeah, through the camera, it definitely does. I see the fangs, yeah. But if you're looking at it not at the screen, it doesn't look anything like a vampire. It's weird. That is funny. Since I named it, you can never change it. Yep, I know. And even if I redo the fire pit, I'm gonna keep those together. So yep, it's gonna stay for sure. And it now that Herbert named it and you all are a part of it, it's definitely gonna be a permanent, this fire pit's definitely permanent here anyways, but yeah, it's definitely gonna stay. I see the fangs. Yeah, you definitely can. But and if you were here in real life, you'd be like, "Where's?" That's why I say "where" because I don't see. It doesn't even look the same. It's weird. The camera picks up it totally different than what it looks like in real life. But that Hootie definitely looks like that in real life. So that's not any optical illusion or shadows. That's definitely what it looks like. But that fangs, it don't look like it at all. It's just the shadows. There needs to be stickers for 210 Hootie, LOL. Yeah, I found a good place to on Etsy to get stickers made. Lily Llama is the name of them. They're out of Florida. Really good U.S. company, and they really fast turnaround. That they do your stickers in one day and ship them the next. They're super quick. So if anybody needs some, and they're really cheap right now during the holidays. Decent stickers. All my new stickers are made from them. Definitely highly recommend them. Lily Llama on Etsy. You can get like, I got 200 or 300. What was it? 200 2-inch stickers from my new logo for like $20. They're not the heaviest duty ones like my ones I got from Sticky Brand, but they're pretty good still. They haven't faded very much at all. Oh, whoa! Sorry, I almost knocked you over because I wasn't looking. There was somebody driving really slow by the driveway. Oh, that was strange. Out on the road out by the front of my house, somebody was driving really slow. There's probably wondering why there's a fire in the woods back here. I think some homeless dudes camping out here. That was weird. Oh, let's see. Must be tired because I do not see the fangs or anything. So if you look here, let me see if I can reach this pointer over here. The fangs are right here, here, and here. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like a shadow dark area. It's kind of hard to make out, but it kind of does look like fangs. Sticker meal, yeah, they're super expensive. That's what Minnesota Mike had Randy's made through a sticker mule. Definitely good quality for sure. No doubt about that. I'd recommend sticker mule too. If you, they're probably one of the highest on line that I've priced. Yeah, yeah, they're good. They're definitely good brand and uh, very good quality. Sticky brand was good quality too, but I think Sticky brand I paid for 103 inch. I paid like $40, so double of what I paid for the 2 inch. That was only $20, and I got 200, so I got double. What did I use to design your new logo? Good question, Ken. I'm trying to remember exactly what I used. Um, what did I use? I used several different ones. I think I was using the one that Randy originally was using, and I'm trying to remember which one that was. I used two different ones, and then one. Man, I don't remember which one I used. Which one did I use? One of the AI ones that Randy used. And you're real limited on. I can't remember which one it was. You're real limited on how many you can make for the free service, but if you pay for it, you can make unlimited. I don't know. Yeah, Grok. I use Grok a lot and Gemini for a lot of my thumbnails and stuff now. But man, what was the name of that? It was a logo maker too. Um, Man, I'll have to ask Randy. I can't remember. Woodsman, are you still in here? Do you remember what app Randy uses for his logos and his pictures and stuff? Yeah, I know Randy made yours for you, but I don't remember what the name of that app is. I'm thinking that was the app I used to do mine, but I can't remember. And also, my new one, no one has seen yet. Oh, you got another new logo, Shy Guy? Yeah, Grok's pretty good as far as logos and thumbnails. It does a really good job. Gemini does even better. As Google's uh, AI is called Gemini, and it does better than Grok as far as uh, my thumbnails. I haven't tried to make a logo with Gemini yet. You can buy Gemini Pro as well, and you're not limited to how many you can do or whatever. But I never make more than the free service, so um, I'll just stick with the free. Well, that's awesome. I'll be looking forward to when are you going to unveil your new logo, I guess. I can't remember what he uses. Canvas, maybe? That's not the one I use. I'll have to look on my history on my apps when I get off here, Ken. And if I can remember what I used. I don't think I used Grok. I'm almost positive I didn't use Grok, and I didn't use Gemini with my new logo. But I can't remember which one. Because Randy and I was using several different logo makers, or not using, but trying out at that time. I don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a minute since I made that new logo, and I like it so well, I made us keep it. I like my new logo. I like it being simple. I like the original one, but I wanted to add the YouTube logo just because people don't always know it's a YouTube channel. Then I made the gold ring around the outside. So really, I only added the gold ring around the outside and the red YouTube logo is the only difference. And Ken, maybe I did use Gemini. Maybe I did. Maybe my wife can remember. I'll ask her too if she remembers what I used. but I liked it so well. I probably won't ever change it. I'll probably leave it the way it is for here on out. Waiting for Sticker Mule to run the other cell. LOL. Yeah. Yep. Definitely saving money. Working on them now. Hopefully the first of the year, it will be done. Awesome. Yeah. If it was Gemini that I used, it did. I thought it did a pretty good job. Yeah, I was having a hard time adding a decent YouTube logo to mine. I wish I could remember. I don't know why I can't remember. It's weird. I'll try to play with Gemini tomorrow or next week or sometime and see if I can have it recreate my. Because if I can, then that probably means I used uh, Gemini. And I thought it was one of the one of the logo maker softwares because Randy was telling me about a bunch of different ones. I was playing with a bunch of different ones and I ended up using something. I don't remember which one, obviously, but I ended up using one. I couldn't get the other ones to do exactly what I wanted. I don't even know what Gemini or Grok is. Grok is a AI. Grok is supposed to be the smartest AI app out there. It is pretty good as far as a lot of different things. It's not the best as far as making um, thumbnails and stuff, I don't think, in my opinion. But on other things, it's pretty good. Gemini's Google's version of AI app, kind of like, um, you know, how Google had OK Google for their speech to text and all that. They still do, but it's Google's version of AI or AI, their version of Siri for Apple. Well, I don't have anything AI. Well, your phone definitely has AI in it. The image generates, you can type, try again, and it'll generate another one. Yeah, absolutely, Rose. It does. If you don't like the one it generates, you can definitely tell it to try another one. Or if you think the one's decent, but you want to customize it, be real specific in the telling it to remove, like say, in this week's thumbnail for the live, it originally, when I told it to make a Monday night live, camping live, it put the live red live symbol and the YouTube symbol in the thumbnail. And I just said, after it created that, I said center the Monday night camping live and remove the uh, live logo and the YouTube logo, and it did. So you can be specific on having to edit the the image it creates, or like Rose said, just have it make a totally different image until you like one. Yeah, be as specific as possible. Yeah, absolutely. Colors wise, alignment wise, size wise. Yeah, it'll do whatever you want. Especially if you would pay for the pro, it'd do even more than the basic. Excuse me. I, I have Twitter X. Grok is part of Twitter X app. I didn't install any separate. Yeah, they have a separate actual Grok app that you can download too, and it has a therapist. You can medical. Um, I don't know, different like professional type things that you can ask it, like medical questions, or if you couldn't afford a therapist or you don't have insurance, I guess. It's kind of weird, but um, you can ask it therapist questions or whatever. Or, I don't know, but um, it's really weird how AI's, it's not weird, but it is. It's not surprising to me, but it's definitely going to take over a lot of different stuff. I was very specific on my logo and the closed background tent log I'm sitting on. That's awesome. Yeah, I use the free one too, and I had it did tell me today or yesterday, I guess it was, when I did my logo for my Monday Night Live. It did say I wouldn't be able to do another one till December 22nd, which was today. So, um, how many it will let you do it one sitting, but I know Gemini has a limit. There's a limit. Yeah, I know Grok. There definitely is a limit. That's kind of why I quit using Grok, because Gemini had. I don't know how many Gemini does, but it lets you do more than Grok would, and I think it does a little bit better job on thumbnails, especially. But they all do really well on like writing descriptions, or writing, or like ideas for videos, or it'll take your information from your channel, kind of like YouTube Studio does in the inspiration tab on YouTube Studios. If you go into like a browser and go to YouTube Studio and go to the inspiration tab, it'll give you really good. The AI built into YouTube is actually pretty good too, and it does not as good on thumbnails, but it does create thumbnails too, and you can edit and change thumbnails in it too. But it does give you really good ideas on lives, videos, help you with your descriptions, uh, help you with thumbnail ideas. YouTube Studio is pretty decent, actually. I use it quite a bit too. I use PowerPoint to make my thumbnails when I remember to make one. Yeah, PowerPoint works good. I know CapCut works pretty good for thumbnails. I think Randy uses CapCut for his thumbnails. I use UCut for my thumbnails, my video editing. Not all my thumbnails, but um, I do mostly all my editing with UCut. But CapCut definitely better for thumbnails for sure. Check it out, baby. Yeah, I mean, anything to help. It's there's always better, but I'm like everybody else. I like to save money, and you don't want to spend a bunch of money on all these different apps or programs and not like, excuse me, and not like them. So using the free ones to see if you like them's good. Just like your video editing software, everybody's kind of um, setting their ways on what they like in editing software, but it takes you a while. Some editing software is super hard to figure out, and some of it's super awesome, user friendly. Um, yeah, you definitely gotta everything trial and error and see what you like. I like Gemini, but I know a few other people like Grok better, and other programs. You'll just have to try each one and see which one you're gonna like better. But yeah, I've been on for 2.5 hours. Wow, that went by quick. I use CapCut for everything. Yeah, CapCut's pretty good. It's pretty close to UCut, but I do like UCut Pro. I think that's what Randy uses too, is UCut. Um, I like it better as far as overall, as far as editing. The CapCut and UCut are really close to the same. Um, I didn't have UCut, I wouldn't have a problem using CapCut. It's a good app for sure. CapCut works really well. I'm the thumbnail maker. It's free with ads. I use it for putting text on thumbnails. Yeah, see, that's why I use my UCut for putting my text on my thumbnails and stuff. And CapCut works good for making your thumbnails as well and adding text, uh, especially like ASMR. If you're putting text up on the screen, um, UCut and CapCut work well for that as well. Um, both really good, really cheap for the paid version, the pro versions. I think I paid for the pro version of UCut $5. I think it was, maybe. You can use the free version of both, but the pro version, there's so many other things it does. So, I mean, that was a well spent $5. Yes, CapCut is video editing software. Yes, it's an app. You can get it for Apple or Android, either one. And you can use it on your laptop as well. CapCut. UCut is app only. It's only for, I can use it on my Chromebook, but you can't use it on a regular laptop. It's not, they don't have a browser version of UCut. But CapCut, if I'm not mistaken, you can use on laptop or mobile. UCut is just app only. Because I was wanting to use UCut on laptop, but they didn't. They don't have a computer version, I guess you'd say. So I just use it on my phone, my tablet, or my Chromebook, and I can use CapCut, which I use both CapCut and UCut, just so if one does something the other doesn't, I have more of an option to add like different, make different thumbnails, and both of them have a little bit of different things. I have Video Pad for editing. It's a free program I edit on my computer. Yeah, I've heard of that one. YouTube Create is free. It's YouTube app for making videos. Yeah, I played around with it a little bit too. I didn't care for YouTube Create as much. They don't have as, I just didn't care for it personally myself, but yeah, I mean, you could use it too. Android only though. Yeah. It works on both, but better on PC. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Woodsman. A desktop version too. Yeah, the YouTube Create has a desktop version for sure. I did play around with it a lot. I wanted something mobile and that I could use on computer too. But there's just nothing I like well enough other than CapCut that works on both. But I like, so I can edit my videos. Because virtually when I'm out doing videos, camping out on location, I'm like Tony from Random Adventures. I pretty much have my whole video edited the time I get home. Yeah, you'll have to add, if there's a few things and you got to upload it when you get home. But yeah, my video's pretty close to being done by the time I get my camp over with. So that's what I like about mobile. Um, mobile only. Rose, yep, me too, Rose. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to have that option. I know there's a bigger screen and you can do more on a desktop as far as editing, but for the basics and to get you by, if you're not doing uh, major editing, if you're not getting into movie quality videos, mobile is definitely good enough for sure. Um, I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I don't enjoy editing. That's probably my least favorite thing out of doing videos. Um, if I could focus, I could get a first draft finished in a day. And I finished my first draft of my Christmas camping video. That's awesome. Yeah, and the problem is editing is what takes you so long is because you go through and you do first initial edit, and then you go back through and you watch it. You watch it 3 or 4 your own video 3 or 4 times or more before you ever finalize it. So yeah, that's the hardest part of editing, is going through and making sure you caught all the glitches or people in the background or cutting out music or what have you. You've done your first initial editing, you catch a lot of it, but then I know UCut has I haven't used it, but it has an AI version that will do a video for you. I've not tried that yet. I want to do my own, because to undo what I mean, as long as it saves original, which it always does, saves original copy of your video. But man, AI makes so many mistakes still. It just doesn't look real, and it'll alter some videos. I don't want any alteration to the video. You know, um, you gotta be careful with AI doing stuff for sure. My time here is great chat with you all. Now I want to download some of these apps. Try a little. Yeah, Rose, do please do and try and let us know how you like it. Merry Christmas, Rose. I appreciate you coming in. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. Tell Cole we said hello. Merry Christmas as well. I hate having to edit the audio when you go from quiet to loud. Yeah, that's for sure, especially when you're talking in videos or using a mic that doesn't, you don't have the mic set up quite right, or if you're trying to add music to your videos. That's why I hate doing non ASMR. Everybody says ASMR video editing is harder. It's a lot easier to me. But when you're doing adding music or trying to, um, you got to raise or lower the volume on your voice or what have you, or the background noise. There's a lot more to editing if you're talking in it. And then you have a lot more cuts because you're trying to think of what you're trying to say, and you have to take multiple takes, or you just, like Randy, he just lets it roll and he just cuts out what he doesn't like, which is a good way of doing it as well. But you know with ASMR, you're not having to worry about what you're thinking about to say, or you mess up saying something or whatever. you know um, ASMR to me is a lot easier to edit. Headed to bed. Have a good night, y'all. Good night, Ken. I appreciate you coming in and all the chat as usual, my friend. Merry Christmas. I'm working on stickers now. Merry Christmas, everyone. Wishing you all peace and happiness. I'll sign off now. Good night, Nancy. Thank you for stopping by and saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. But yeah, it's past 2.5 hours. I probably am going to call it tonight as well, you guys. It's been an amazing chat. I'm going to get off here and enjoy the rest of this fire and let it burn down. And then I'm going to call it a night. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas, Nancy. Merry Christmas, Chris. Merry Christmas, Woodsman. Rose, if you're still in here. Merry Christmas to everybody. I don't want to miss anybody, but thank you for making this Christmas live a good one. I always enjoy talking to each and every one of you. It has been fun. Definitely has been fun, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas, Chris. Merry Christmas, Woodsman. Yep. Good night. Good night. And I will see you guys hopefully next Monday. All goes well. So good night. Good rest of your week. Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys after the holiday. Good night, guys. Love you guys.